Razor blades are one of the best tools you can have at home. They're cheap and they do some pretty amazing things. If you load these thin pieces of metal into a handheld scraper, you can remove just about anything from any type of glass surface. But then why don't most people even have razor blades in their house? Well, the answer is because razor blades are super sharp and it's so easy to cut yourself. And unlike glass, if you use them on a delicate surface, you can cause a lot of damage. And then someone in the boating industry had the bright idea to make a razor blade out of plastic. If it was strong enough and sharp enough, it could be used to remove labels from boating surfaces that are normally made of fiberglass, but in a way that wouldn't actually damage it. And they work great, but unfortunately they had one problem. They could cost as much as $30 for just 3 of those plastic blades. So now fast forward a number of years to mass production, and we've got plastic razor blades that cost under $10. So let's take a look at some of the things that I use these for at home that make this one of my favorite tools to have around. They are sharp, but they're not nearly as sharp as the metal ones, and you're not going to cut yourself easily. So just flex the blade slightly and it loads into the back of the scraper, and now you're ready to go. If you've got kids, this is one of the best uses for these razor blades, because kids love to put stickers everywhere and they can be a real pain to get off. If you use a metal tool, you're going to damage the surface. Picking these things is a nightmare, so an easy trick is to just put a little bit of soap and water onto the stickers, let it soak in for a few minutes or longer. Now you can take that plastic razor blade and the stickers will come right up with no damage to the surface at all. Removing candle wax can be a total nightmare, but with one of these plastic razor blades, it goes super quick. Just scrape it up and you won't damage the surface at all. Now here I'm removing it off of granite, but this would equally work as well whether it was hardwood, formica, or any type of fiberglass. Now when you're done, you might have a little bit of residue on the blade. You can clean it right off with a cloth. In my garage, I've got this old epoxy floor, and if I used a regular razor blade, I'd scrape it right up. With the plastic one, I'm able to get chewing gum off the floor in just a couple of seconds with no residue left at all. I use these plastic blades on all types of painted surfaces, even on cars. Now this heater's had this sticker on there for years, and in just a couple of seconds I can get the edge of it off, and now I can lift the rest of the sticker off, and I don't have any residue of where I would have started it using my fingernail. Another place we use these all the time is actually in the kitchen. If you've got any type of a pan or a pot like this with all kinds of burnt on residue, a plastic scraper can easily help you get that stuff off. Now this stuff is like a rock, so I am going to let it soak a bit, but that razor blade is a perfect tool to scrape through that melted and burned sugar. Everybody's looking for a cheap tool that actually works, and in this case it really does. Now I used to pay big money for these at the boating stores because it actually worked, but I'm pleased to see that you can get them so inexpensively now, and if you try these out yourself, I think you'll find a lot of uses for them and you'll never want to be without them again. And I've linked the kit that I bought on Amazon in the description below, but there's really no brand of these, so you can get any of the different ones that are available. If you use these yourself or you have any other ideas about uses for these, please comment below, and hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more videos coming up.